Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some books and movies that I've accumulated over the past several months. The first two books that I have, I actually got for free. First, I picked up The Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. Every month in Toronto there's this event called the Really Free Market where you just go to the community center and just pick up free stuff. People will donate stuff and you just pick up what you want. So I picked up this book because I read Beloved by Toni Morrison and I really wanted to pick up one of her other books, because she is a beloved American author and I don't know her work very well at all besides Beloved. So I'm excited to get into this one a go. It looks like it was originally from a school library or something, or a church? I don't know. I'm excited to give it a read. Next, I picked up The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. So this is a book that I've heard lots of good stuff about through Tumblr. I guess it's about a girl named Mara Dyer. She lives through this car accident and then when she recovers, she has these new abilities or something. So this is a book that I picked up from the Little Free Library down my street. Little Free Libraries are so cool. You just go there, you can drop books off that you don't want anymore, and you can pick ones up that you do want. I'm excited to read it and see what it's all about. The next purchases all come from the same store over multiple visits. It has all kinds of used books and films and it's literally heaven to me. You can get really insanely reduced priced graphic novels, which is amazing because graphic novels are so expensive. I always go in there with a mental list of books and graphic novels that I really want to read or that I really want to own that I've already read, and if I see something on my mental list, I grab it, So these are all things that were on my mental list. Let's get going. So first I picked up this copy of Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. I read this book back in grade 11 and I really liked it. I just got it from the library, so I don't own my own copy. I feel like now that I'm older I might have different opinions on this book. Perhaps. So this book is about a girl named Scarlett and it takes place before the Civil War and during the Civil War and then after. So basically Scarlett she's from the South, and so she's pro-slavery. And the story is basically about her transitioning from being the spoiled rich kid to an independent woman who has to do everything she can to survive. It was wait, how much was it? It was only $5. You can't go wrong. I've been looking for a cheap copy of Gone with the Wind for a while now, so when I saw it, I was like, yes, I'm grabbing that. They also had another copy of Gone with the Wind, but the cover was so cheesy, so I bought this one instead for $2 more. I just like the cover. It's more classic, I guess. It has part of the film poster on it, and it's red, which is great. Very bold. Yeah, so I'm excited to read this again and see how my opinions are different now that I'm an educated person. So on the same day when I got Gone with the Wind, I also bought Afterlife with Archie. This is a graphic novel. I recently just made a review about it, and it's all about the zombie apocalypse in Riverdale. This is the first installment in the saga. There is another one that's going to be released in October. Just go read it and watch my review too if you want further opinions on this book that are spoiler free. So today I picked up a couple books. I got Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I'm super excited to read this. I've only ever read two Margaret Atwood books, Handmaid's Tale and Cat's Eye, and I really liked Handmaid's Tale, did not really like Cat's Eye, but I've always been intrigued by this book. It's about a girl named Grace who is convicted of murdering her employer and his wife. It's all about her reliving those experiences. It's set way back in the day in Canada. It just seemed really cool. CBC is also doing a mini-series adaptation of this, which is super sweet. I just love how Margaret Atwood has just been chilling for a little while, writing books, just quietly doing her thing. And in the same year she has two adaptations coming out. You go, Margaret. You go. Yeah, this one was $4.99. Oh yeah, and Afterlife with Archie, I forgot to mention, was $10, which is crazy for graphic novels. Crazy. And then today I also picked up Thor, the Goddess of Thunder. I am so excited to read this. I've been searching for this for a long time. Literally every time I go in that store, I'm always like, where's the Goddess of Thunder? And actually I found it. It's like volume 1 and 2 in a big bind up. It was more than I was willing to spend. But then today, volume 1, they had it by itself for $12. You can't go wrong for $12. I'm just so pumped. I feel like they created this comic like 2 years ago. They created this new story where Thor, the Avenger that, you know, everybody's familiar with, he loses the ability to wield his hammer, and so a new Thor emerges to wield it, and she's like this big mystery, nobody knows who she is. And so I guess in this iteration of the canon, Thor is like a title instead of a name. It's kind of like Captain America. You know, Captain America is not always Steve Rogers, so it's kind of like the same thing, like it's like a title as opposed to being somebody's identity. I like literally just took the plastic off. I don't even know what it looks like on the inside. Let's see. That new book opening sound. Yeah, this is just really sweet. I'm very excited. I don't even know what to expect. So those are all the books that I bought. I also got some movies. First up, I have another freebie. I got The Force Awakens on DVD. And my friend actually gave this to me because she got it from her friend who got it from his friend. You can't go wrong with a good DVD of The Force Awakens. It also has some special features. Super pumped. I also got, at the same store that I got all those books, a couple DVDs. First I picked up Blade Runner for $4.99. It's the director's cut. I have seen the final cut, and when I saw the trailer for the new Blade Runner, I got so excited and I was like, I need to watch this movie again, but I don't own it and it wasn't on Netflix, so I just went out and bought the DVD. So the director's cut is not the be-all end-all of cuts, apparently. The final cut is supposed to be like the best one. I mean, I've seen both now. I feel like they're fairly similar. Like the final cut has a couple extra moments in it, but overall I enjoyed watching it for a second time. The aesthetic, the soundtrack, everything's just great. Like this is literally one of my favorite soundtracks ever. So Blade Runner, if you don't know, it's a science fiction film. It's set in like 2019, so you know it's coming up. Harrison Ford's character is a Blade Runner. So basically he's like a bounty hunter, and he tracks down androids that have gone rogue. And so he gets pulled to do this mission. He gets pulled out of retirement and he doesn't want to do it, but decides to do it. While he's doing it, he meets this person who didn't even know she was a replicant, and yeah, craziness ensues. And then there's this whole thing where people are like, wait, but is Harrison Ford a replicant too? Is that why he's so good at his job and he just doesn't realize he's a replicant? Apparently though, in the sequel they're gonna say that he's not a replicant, and that kind of pisses me off because I liked the ambiguity, but we can't have nice things, can we? Then I also picked up a copy of The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. I got this for $4. I love this movie. It's one movie that I watched like multiple times on TV on Saturday afternoon when there's like nothing else to do. And it's great. Like I've rarely seen this movie all the way through from start to finish. I watched it recently from start to finish. It was great. There's some moments that I totally forgot about. So this is about a mummy. There's like no way to describe this movie. Basically it's just amazing. It's a great like action adventure, like quasi-horror film, and it's just solid good times. They don't make them like they used to, and it makes me really sad because this movie is fucking awesome. And my last purchase, one that got me so excited, the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS. I don't even own a VHS player at the moment, but my parents do have one back home, so when I go visit them, I may just take this with me in my suitcase and watch it over there with them. I'm just super pumped about this because it's so hard to find the original theatrical cuts of the films, because George Lucas is like crazy and he was like, you know what, I don't want anybody to see the original cut because that's like the first draft. This new special edition is like the final draft and it's the best one. And I'm like, George, my friend, my bro, it's not. I just like don't like the added stuff that much. Sometimes it's cool, but there's so many parts where it's unnecessary. There's just so many things in the frame, and we don't need that. We don't need every frame to have like a bajillion CGI aliens. So I'm really excited to look at this and see what he originally did, even if it's not his true vision. It is mine, and I'm very stoked to look at them. And also, it was only like $13, so you can't go wrong. You just can't. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this haul, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!